Boy, boy. I saw this and I immediately say, I gotta stop everything I'm doing to comment on this. This video is absolutely hilarious because this chick must think everybody's stuck on stupid. Now, there's parts of it I'm not going to tell you yet, but when we get to it, I'm going to clarify it, and I'm going to clarify it and confirm that she's absolutely wrong because part of this video talks about something I went through, and I know exactly 100% what she's just saying is absolutely a fucking lie. 100% a lie because I personally went through it and I know exactly what she's talking about, and it's a lie. But shows this woman. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to point out the discrepancy in what she's saying and how I know for part of it I know for a fact she's lying, and other of it I'm going to point out questionable. How do I want to say? Questionable statements that she's making that I tend not to believe that what she's saying is actually true. So let's go ahead and get this party started, peeps, and let's go ahead and do this.
All right, baby. Renee, where you calling me
sorry
from?
about that. I'm at the mall because I was trying to come out to have fun at the game tonight, but I got stuck in the car listening to the show.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you didn't even leave the car yet?
No, I've been watching the whole time.
All right.
All new and improved Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones.
Hey, Renee, well, I appreciate it. We got to move fast because I got to go to the members only show. So how old are you, boo?
39.
39, and where you calling me from?
I just put everything in the chat when you were talking to the guy because they kept saying you should match us together, but I don't think so.
I should match you. You called me before?
You hung up when I had the light off.
Oh, so you were just in the car a second ago. Okay, no, I'm going to talk to you directly right now. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Renee, 39, where you live?
Maryland.
And
let me tell you a little bit about Maryland. Maryland is a woman state. It's not. You can get custody of your children if you're in Maryland, but you got to get an attorney. Now, I haven't checked the stats on it the last 10 years or so, but Maryland is a pro-woman state. And the women are more likely to get custody than the man. But what she's about to say is going to twist. But I shouldn't say this, but she says she's 39 years old with all that forehead and that fake hair in her head and those long, ratchet, nasty, probably bacteria-filled fucking fingernails. But I'm not gonna bash on that right now, even though I could, and whatever. Let's go ahead and continue.
do you have any children?
Yes, I have 5.
Really? How old are your 5 kids?
24, 21, 14, 12, and 8.
21, 14, 12. What is it again?
14, 12, and 8.
14, 12, and 8. Okay. Oh, 24 too?
Yes.
So 24, 21, 14, 12, and 8.
Yep.
All by the same man?
No.
How many men?
So my oldest 2 are from my ex-husband, and then I had a crazy situation, and I had 2 more, then 1 more.
How many
So,
men,
3.
baby girl, do you have kids by?
3.
3. And you was married once?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a software engineer for a telehealth company, and I also DJ full-time, and I'm also now a pastor.
Now, here's the beginning of the lies. So she's a software engineer, and software engineers starting salary starts right around 60 grand, and it goes up dramatically based on what languages and stuff she's programming in. But then she says she's a part-time DJ. Okay, listen. Now she has 3 kids under the age of 18. So you working 8 hours. Even if I give her the benefit of the doubt, she's working at home. So you're working 8 hours programming. Then you got time to do DJing, and then you got time to be a fucking pastor, which I bet she's Christian. And I'm going to go out and say it: you can't be a woman. Women can't be pastor in Christianity. It's forbidden to be a pastor in Christianity. So she's more these New Age Christian churches that say that women can be pastors. They can't. Women are not allowed to teach a man. And if you're in church, you teaching men. It's straight in your fucking book. You can believe it or not. But now she claims she has 3 jobs, has 3 kids. Who's taking care of your kids while you got all this time, and then you got time to get your back blown out? But we're gonna go ahead and continue to listen to this nonsense that she's gonna preach to everybody as if she's talking the truth.
Woo! So you a software engineer, a DJ, and a pastor?
Yes.
How long you been a pastor for?
For the past about this past summer was really crazy. I got baptized twice. And
See, notice how she will not give a straight answer. That's women that tend, or people in general, not just women, that tend to kind of run around the circle, giving a straight answer. She's making the story. She's most likely making the story up as she goes along. That's why she got her eyes kind of squinched up, so I can't see her eyes rolling to the side, indicating that she's lying. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue.
And then,
Girl, hold on. You don't answer no question I ask you directly.
not
Of course
so,
not.
How long you been a pastor for?
It's been since June, so 6-7 months.
Okay. All right. So, and what's your zodiac sign, Renee?
Scorpio.
Scorpio. All right.
Which means absolutely nothing.
Let's do it. We got Renee, 39.
But I'm gonna say this, and I shouldn't. Y'all so-called as Christians talking about what zodiac sign y'all. You do know that zodiac, witchcraft, psychics, all that shit is against your religion, right? All that is forbidden in Christianity, including zodiacs. But these still so-called Christians talking about, what's your zodiac sign? That's fucking devil worshipping under the laws of Christianity. But y'all still do it anyway, so y'all motherfuckers kill me with this shit. But let's go ahead and continue. But that's what happened when you don't understand your own religion.
Scorpio, Maryland, Mount of 5'3" men, was married once. She's a software engineer, a DJ, and a pastor. Are you a gospel DJ?
And an author. I just actually.
Oh, now 4 jobs. She's an author. I guarantee you can't find her on the no listing under the top 2,000.
Put a book out. It's on kdp.com.
Okay,
It's
you
called.
got an author. Are you a gospel DJ?
Yes. I
Okay.
do gospel go-go. I have some songs out that I wrote, and I'm about to start touring. I have a book signing coming up.
Okay, we're not
Yeah, she's full of shit.
promoting. We're not gonna promote the
No,
book
no,
again.
no. I'm just saying it's coming out. It's not out yet, but it's coming out.
Okay, Renee, what kind of man are you looking for, honey?
I want somebody that's on my same level that can appreciate a good woman that works hard and makes their own way. I've been doing it since I was 14 years old.
Here's what a good woman won't have 5 kids. And you got 5 kids with 3 different men. That's not a good woman. That's not a decent woman. That's a woman who just gives her a JJ up to whoever looks like they're interested. There's no way you can convince me that you're a good woman. You got 3 fucking kids. You got 5 kids, or you've had 5 children by 3 different men. At some point in your head, it should have said, okay, I have 2 kids by my married husband. I'm not going to have the other kids by nobody else until I get married again. Because if she said she had 2 kids by her first marriage and she had 3 kids out of her second marriage, that would make sense. But she didn't require the other 2 men the same responsibilities that she required her husband. She just let them run up through her and shoot up the club like it was free market. And then talking about she's a good woman. That's not a good woman. You're closer to a 3 or 4 than a good woman. I'm gonna give my wound to whoever. You can do whatever you want to with your wound, but that doesn't make you a good woman. You can talk that nonsense and convince yourself of that bullshit all day long, but on this side of the border, that's bullshit.
And I don't appreciate slackers because that's what they like to do, to bleach. And
Yeah, that's the kind of guys you finding. The rookie Ray Rays and Pookies, the only ones that's gonna give you a point of time. Because let's be honest, she's not pretty. She's not attractive. If I wanted to be conservative, I'd give her a 5 at best. But she's not like, I shouldn't. Let me correct myself. I hate that word. Like, she's not impressive. I mean, she got a massive forehead. That's because she putting that shit in her head, like most black women. She got those long ratchet ass fingernails, that's full of bacteria and viruses, which is nasty. Long nails are not very hygienic. And I find it funny. Oh, I can't stand. I need a man that's clean and take showers. But you're walking around with bacteria and fungus that's going on your nasty ass fingernails. Cut that shit off and wear your natural nails. Where you won't have that problem because you can easily wash your hands. You got these wrong. You wiping your coochie, your bum hole, and everything else, and you got bacteria all up under there growing like mud. But anyway, I'm gonna get off that tangent because we got more enough to talk about this chick.
I just got out of a situationship where,
Yeah.
he thought he was going to try that, but he didn't because he knew better, but it just wasn't working out apparently. So I just had to move right along.
She funny
Okay.
as fuck.
What are your deal breakers?
My oldest two are grown, so I have help. Thank you.
What happened? What's going on?
No, the comment. Somebody said you have 5 kids. I have 2 that are grown and they help. One is in the Air Force that makes sense, and he's married and makes over $100,000 a year.
Okay, here's a lie. I actually went and checked that out. All right, if he's an enlisted man, he's never going to make that kind of money. Even an E9 is not making $100,000 a year. But if he was an enlisted officer, in order for him to be making that kind of money, he would have to be a top in the Air Force. I don't know what they call them, but like in the Army, they call them generals and admirals in the Navy. He would have to be way up there. He's 24 years old. There's no way in hell he's way up there at this age. Which means he would have to go into college. That would have took 4 years. Which means he would have a he would have to be able to go from ground zero all the way up to the top to make $100,000. Her son ain't making $100,000 a year in the Air Force. He's not. She's lying. And now if she said he's 34, he's 44, then yes, I probably would believe it. Even if I gave him a fast track promotion and he's in his 32s and she said, well, he's making $100,000, I would believe it. But he ain't making $100,000. The average enlisted officer making $2,500 a fucking month. How is he making? At best he's only been in there 2 years as an officer. 4 years of it, he went through officer training, which is or college, depending on what branch he went. He went in the Air Force. I don't know what the Air Force call him. I know the Navy is up in Maryland at Annapolis. But even then, he would have to go to 4 years of college. Then he would have to become an officer. There's no way where he could have fast tracked to 100,000 in that short period of time. So I know she's lying. And the 21-year-old, I doubt very seriously making $100,000 because they probably still in college if they even in college. So that's another lie she's just telling us. But let's go ahead and continue as we listen to the lies that come spew out of her mouth.
And the other one, the 21-year-old has his own HVAC company. So they have very good, I make.
Now, let me correct. HVAC guys and gals. There's not many women that's doing HVAC. But HVACs will make a lot of money. Especially during the summer months. Them foods can throw down 10 grand, 10, 20, 30 grand a month. Especially if he has his own company. He can even drink more than that because he has people working under him. HVAC is a very profitable business. Even if you're working for somebody that's very profitable, you're going to work longer hours, 80 hours a week. But it is very profitable. So the HVAC, I might believe. But the military one, she's an absolutely fucking liar about. But let's go and continue.
I make good children, thank you.
You make good children, but you make horrible decisions. But let's go and continue.
She just makes good children. Okay. What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers are bad attitude, people that have unhealed trauma that don't understand what it is to do your own self-work and just, appreciate somebody that does know self-worth. If you can't.
Girlfriend, it's hard to press to say you know your self-worth when you're walking around with somebody else with some fake hair in your fucking head. You don't even understand your own self-fucking worth. Y'all women need to stop that shit. Come on. If you say you understand your self-worth and you look like a woman that came out the womb who you supposed to be, not with somebody else's fake hair in your head and these fake ass, ugly ass nails that you're wearing, then I would have some reason to believe what you're saying. But you destroyed your fucking hairline to the point where it's way back here, and yet you talk. Stop. Just stop the cap. Stop it. Just stop. Get some help. find you a good psychiatrist and talk your issues out because you delusional, boo boo. But let's go ahead and continue.
Understand how people really function, or you don't know how to, like, if you can't love yourself, then you can't love me, and I can't. That's a deal breaker for me.
Okay. Should he, hello?
Look at that.
I'm
Look at
here.
that head. Ugh.
Sorry.
Should he look a certain way?
I'm not too picky about, how you look, as long as you are well kept and you're attractive to me. Um, I do have my preferences, but I'm not racist. Um, so if that means anything, my ex-husband was, he looked like he was very dark skinned, and my ex, the other one I have, is really like fair skin. So yeah, I'm
Okay.
not biased. I'm not, my
So
parents
you're
are.
not biased and you're not racist?
Nope. My mom, blonde hair and blue eyes, and my daddy is like African American Indian.
Okay. Um, should he make a certain amount of money?
I'm gonna. I had to. I have to say this because when I grew up in back, in school, a lot of black people because they refused to accept that the reason why they were light skinned was because of the slave masters sleeping with their ancestors, and so what they would do is they would replace white, and they would slide in Indian. I'm part Indian. This is why I'm so light, but they had no Indian attributes, right? And so I'm like, how did black people who were enslaved had time to have sex with the Native Americans who were being slaughtered by the Europeans? When did you have? When did your ancestors have had time to have sex with them? When your ass was on a plantation. That's the delusion that they want you to believe. And back in the days, they used to, I said, no, 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 no. You mixed. You got some white. Oh, no, I got Native American in me. I've got Indian. Motherfucker, stop lying. Let me show me your family. Which come to show me where the Indian made it with you guys. There isn't. It's all black, 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 white, 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 and that's why your ass is so fast skinny. Stop the cat. And I thought this ended, but I haven't heard this come up in years. Probably the last 30 years, I haven't heard this. Oh, playing with part Indian. Okay, whatever. Show me some proof. But let's go ahead and continue.
Like I said, it doesn't matter, but as long as you're on the same level as I am, as far as work life.
And what level is that,
I
honey?
like to travel. I make over. I don't want to say it on people 'cause I'm going through.
How the fuck you have time to travel? See, here's another lie that she's about to spew. You claim that you're an author, 4 jobs, and she got 3 kids under the age of 18. You're an author, right? You are a software programmer. You're a pastor, and you're a software engineer or software programmer, pastor. What is the other one she said? DJ, and there was another one I forgot. But you got 4 jobs, and then you got 3 kids. When the fuck do you have time to travel? This is when you start hearing the lies that they spewing. Because I don't have too many jobs, but for the plan traveling, that has to be planned in advance. She ain't living high off the hog. Ain't like she's a millionaire saying, "Okay, I'm going to Paris tomorrow." Ain't nobody paying her trip to Paris. So these guys need to stop that cap shit. Chill the fuck out. We're talking about I love to travel. Because most of y'all ain't traveling. And the ones that are traveling are fucking broke. I know. I've been on cruises where people go out and buy stuff and they get off the boat and they got these six, 8, 900, $1,100 bills that they racked up on the cruise and don't got the money to pay for it. Yeah, stop the shit. Stop that shit. Whatever. Traveling in your situation should be so far off the market. You shouldn't even be bringing that shit up.
Right now, I make a decent amount of money. I'm doing pretty well,
So you want a man that makes what you make?
Or more.
or more, preferably more, because I would prefer a man that will take care of me. Yes,
You want a
but
man?
Who the fuck gonna take care of you and 3 kids? At damn near 40 years old. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't need somebody to take care of me, but it would be nice, for once.
Okay. Would you date a man that doesn't make more than you?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that plenty of
Okay.
times.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra
Ooh.
Kim.
Top of the shade.
All right, so now I gotta. Well, I'm in the car.
Get your lazy ass up. Jesus Christmas. You know you came on the show, you're gonna have to show your body, and oh, I'm in a car. Yeah, I bet your house look like a fucking mess.
Pick it up.
Well, girlfriend, you call me and you say you've been watching the show, and you know I'm gonna ask, why y'all call me like I be bothering y'all?
You know, I don't usually agree with Kendra, but on this point, I agree with you 100%, baby girl. Bust her ass. Tell her to get the fuck out of the goddamn car. Oh, I can't stand these lazy chicks.
I'm
Every time I
confused.
try,
Y'all call me knowing every question I'm gonna ask y'all to do, and then y'all be like, "Well, I'm in the car."
every,
What they got to
every
do?
time,
Cause maybe that fake hair is weighing her ass down.
every time I try calling you from home, you never answer.
Well, I don't know, girlfriend. You knew you was gonna be here, and you've been waiting. You gotta get in front of the headlights. We gotta do the Kendrick in, honey child. You 39 years old. You already knew what you was doing when you called me. I do not understand this part ever. Y'all volunteer literally to call me and then get mad at me.
Can you see? Can you see me?
We gotta see your legs, honey.
Mm.
Okay, here we go. We can see you.
I'm not fat. I'm built, and I'm not. I work out every day.
What you say, baby girl?
I said I'm not
When?
fat. I'm slim built, and I work out every day.
Okay.
Lies,
Okay.
lies.
Okay. When was your last relationship, Renee?
Like a real relationship or a fake relationship?
What you consider your last relationship?
We actually broke up maybe a few days ago.
So you were in
Lying.
a committed relationship, and when did that, honey, Renee? So was it 2 days ago you broke up with somebody? I don't. This is you giving me the hardest time with a direct answer.
Cause you
When did your
lying.
last relationship end?
The last it was for almost a year ago.
So what'd you say a few days ago? How we go from a few days to a year?
I was talking to somebody, but it wasn't what I consider a relationship.
Okay, so a year ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
It's been a long time.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Probably getting out more and my body, mostly staying, and I don't know, voicing, just talking to people. Talk to people. I have a problem with doing that. Like I've always.
Aren't you a pastor? I would think a pastor talks to people all the time.
I mean, when I'm in church, it's totally different. I know what topic I'm talking about. I talk, I'm not talking about the Lord right now. That's very passionate about. If you read the book, you'll understand. It's like an alter ego situation.
Yeah, she fucking bullshit. I read the book. The book is bullshit. But anyway.
Where I can, I can bring myself out a lot better, talk to people better. When I'm in my.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So full of shit.
Fair enough. All right, Renee, baby girl. Why would a man be lucky to be with you?
Wouldn't be.
Because I have very good, I guess, personality. I like to have fun. I'm only.
Why they always talk about the benefit of being with a man is nothing a man gives a flying fuck about? I'm good and I like to eat. I like to suck on toes and I like to throw biscuits in the air and I randomly throw stones at birds. Who gives a flying fuck?
I don't know. I'm looking for somebody that
She don't know the hell she's looking for.
The right thing in life, live their life the right way, like myself.
Yeah.
No. So the question is not what you're looking for, but why would he be lucky to be with you?
Whoa.
Be lucky because.
Did she just say live her life right and she didn't have? She got 3 kids, 3 bastard ass children. How you living your life right? You got 3 bastard ass children. See how they she just went right past. Oh, I want a man who's gonna live his right way. But even though I got 3 bastard ass children, I had two guys that shoot up the club, and neither one of them ain't worth shit. And I'm single again. Please.
Well, look, I'm a great cook.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She don't even have an answer. Guys, that should be a red flag. She don't even know what the fuck she has to even offer anybody, other than her busted face and her vajayjay. Huge vajayjay, probably got high miles on it. She got nothing to offer, man. You only a fool will hook up with this with 3 kids Yeah, this is a train wreck, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna get far worse. But let's go ahead and continue.
Yeah, my kids were. Yeah, if you're looking at the book, or somebody said something in the comments. But yeah, I feel like I would, be a great
Your
asset to it.
kids, they're telling me your kids were kidnapped?
My younger two, their father kidnapped them from visitation and never brought them back.
Oh, they're telling.
This is gonna be interesting. She said the father kidnapped him. Okay, that's an offense.
Tell me that you have a GoFundMe on your page.
Oh, she's scamming too. Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to date during this time?
So I've been going through this for the past 3.5 years, and I've had two sorry attorneys that helped. And
So your 12-year-old.
Okay. Here's the part where I'm going to be able to question what the fuck she's really talking about, which I think is a complete fucking lie.
Your 8-year-old are not in your custody?
No, the 12 and 14-year-old.
The 12, so you haven't seen them in 3 years?
No.
Why have you not seen him in 3 years?
Oh, wow.
Still fighting.
Okay.
I'm still fighting to get them back.
Well, you just said that you make a good amount of money, so why would you need a GoFundMe?
That's what I'm saying. I've spent over $150,000 in attorney's fees.
Here's where I'm going to let her lie a little bit longer, and I'm going to correct how I know that for a fact she's lying.
Okay.
Or leaving out
Yeah.
evidence.
I still have to take care of my parents. I still have to take care of and maintain a home for my other children.
What other children? You only have one other one. You got 3 kids. The other 2 are grown, so you only have one other child that you're taking care of. So what are you talking about? Let's go and continue.
Things like that. So it's not like,
Women, stop using the word like. That doesn't tell us as men shit. It's a filler word where you dumbasses don't know how to articulate yourself. Stop using the word fucking like. Like doesn't tell men anything or anybody else. It's because you don't want to either explain what you're talking about or you're trying to avoid from explaining what you're talking about by using the word like. Like is not a noun. It's not a. It doesn't tell you what it is. What the hell. You say like, and then all I see is a question mark. What the hell are you talking about? But let's go and continue.
I'm not broke. I have money. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot to it. Nobody knows what you're going through unless they go
I'm gonna tell you one thing.
through it themselves. So
I'm gonna see if she actually brings this up. But hold on.
Okay, so okay, this is a different component. The cousins, they gonna find out everything, child. I would have never do this unless the comment section went to go find out. So,
no, everybody deserves love. If you think that just because I'm going through all,
Everybody does not deserve love. That's a fucking lie. Yeah, that's how you got three bastard ass children because you think everybody deserves love. You don't. Love is earned, not off the bat deserved. That's why you got 3 kids by 2 different dudes who you just let run up in you. You didn't question anything. You didn't do no background checks. You didn't make sure all you did. Oh, I'm lonely. I just want somebody in my bed. Oh, and then after that happens and he leaves you because he found out you too much of a fucking headache, and then all of a sudden we all deserve love. No, you don't deserve love. That's not. There's nowhere in the Constitution that say thou shalt have a mate forever.
this stuff, I haven't let it not once bog me down to the point where I can't focus on what I need to do. The system is what it is, and that's the problem with the things that are going on today. Is that the system is manipulative and is using people as, today is modern day slavery. Nobody.
Okay, here with the bullshit. Let me tell you, before I jump in, I'm hoping she brings this up, because I want to know where the kids were living before she was. But here's what it is. In most states in the United States, women have preferential treatment of the children. Here's what I'm going to tell you something. I guarantee you, whatever state that she had, see, women by default think, I'm the parent, I gave them, they my children. No. You have custodialship over them. You don't have custody over them until the courts give you custody of the kids. And if you don't have custody of your kids, that father can come pick those kids up during visitation and not bring them back, and that's not kidnapping. You know why? Because the state has not given you legal custody of those kids. You only have custodialship. That's not legal custody. The kids are with you. But the father at any time can come snatch them goddamn kids up and take him home, and take him where he living and go ahead and plant him in school. And you said it's been 3 fucking years. I'm going to tell you a personal experience, right? And this is fact. I lived in Virginia. My baby mama moved to Maryland. Okay, and so he had a second asthma attack, and I knew why because she was smoking cigarettes around him, and it triggered. I went and picked him up, took him to the hospital. I stayed at the hospital for 7 days. Only went home to take a shower. 7 days. After day 2, the hospital was asking where the hell the mama was. I said, I don't know. The bus stopped right in front of the hospital. So all she had to do is get on the train and then get on the bus and go to the hospital. She never showed up in 7 fucking days while he was there. By the time the 3rd or 4th day, I said, I'm tired of this shit. I went to the courthouse just to find out that she wouldn't put paperwork in to get full custody. I went in and applied for full custody for him. Virginia is one of those few fucking states that don't give a fuck if you're a mother or dad. It's who the better parent was. She remarried. She got married. She was married. I was single. Single father. Okay? I'm in one of those states, and she lived in Maryland. And she brought up to the court, well, he picked him up doing custody and never brought him back. And I had a white woman judge. And she turned her head and looked at her and said, like, who even told you had the right to put him in school in Maryland? I looked over at my attorney. She looked at me, and I like, what? So this bullshit that she's saying is bullshit. That's why I'm going to doubt what she's saying, because the reason I ended up getting full custody of my kid. It's because one, the state of Virginia doesn't care it doesn't give preferential treatment to women. It's whoever the better mother is. Unlike the state of Maryland. Maryland is a bullshit state, like New Jersey, a lot of other states who don't give a fuck about fathers. They say the fathers don't have any rights. It's the women by default have full possession of the children. Virginia is one of those states that don't. And so I crushed her, even though she was married and I was a single father, I still won full custody. She got visitation rights. So if she says she ain't had her kids in 3 years, this didn't take 3 years. This took like less than 6 months to happen. From the time I applied, we got an emergency session, and in about 3 months, we had a couple of court dates, and I think it got finalized in about 3 to 4 months. And at that point, the courts, it might have been as long as 6. At that point, the courts gave me full fucking custody of my child. That's why I know she's fucking lying. You went 3 years, you spent $100,000, which come. One, you didn't. That tells me you didn't have custody of your kids. Second, there's something else hidden, where he took them children to wherever he took them to, and that state didn't say what the fuck, because here's what the kicker is, because I worked so much, my name wasn't even on the child's birth certificate. When we went on vacation, I had to go back to the state. I had to go back to the courts so I can get paperwork, so the judge can rewrite the paperwork, so that the U.S. would issue a passport for him, because my name wasn't on the birth certificate. So the U.S. I had to get paperwork that the court said that acknowledged that I was the father, so I can get a passport. See, this is the bullshit that fathers have to go through. The women don't have to. And luckily, I was in a state that gave a fuck about men. So did that. I sent it to the court. I sent it back to the U.S. Department for passports. Got his passport. We went on a vacation. And the only question that she said, did you talk to the mom? I got full custody. She looked at the paper like, oh, you do? She said, okay, here you go. Printed out. I went back to the clerk. Clerk gave me the paperwork. Sent it off. Got his passport. There's a lie in her story. Either she did not have custody of her kids, or there's some other shit that she's not saying. And Maryland, I don't know what state that father lives in, but most states aren't father friendly. So that's why I know for a fact there's a major lie in this story. But let's go ahead and continue.
Getting everybody, like, you want to get off the app and go pray, that's fine. Go do that.
I guess my question is this. So You don't like, he doesn't have any family members. Like your kids are. I mean, I just feel like, have you hired a private investigator?
Yes.
And so
You wouldn't have to do all that if there was kidnapping. The fucking state would go in the process of tracking your kids down. Do you know? You ever heard of what they call it? They page your phones and stuff off when the kid gets kidnapped, and and they'll put down so and so kidnapped him. They go and they go on the displays on the highway, and they page your phone. Amber Alert. There would have been an Amber Alert sent out if you really kidnapped those kids. So there's a lot of lies that she's saying that doesn't make any sense because you think most people are stupid. And Kendra G don't know anything about it because she never had any kids and never been in the court system. So she has no fucking idea how all this runs. But I'm telling you, for a dude that has been through the bullshit, she's fucking lying. There's more to this story that she's willing to talk about. Let's go ahead and continue.
so your kids, you have absolutely no idea where they are in this world.
They're with their dad. I'm sure.
I know
sure
that,
they're
but
with-
I'm saying, like,
Yeah, see, they with them dead. She don't even give a fuck where her kids are. I'm telling you, let my fucking child disappear, and I'll be raising so much goddamn hell. The police would lock me up because I'm complaining so goddamn much. It would be their duty to find out where your fucking kids are. And trust me, the police have technology that all she had to do is give her the father name, and they will track out where any cell phones he has, credit cards, where his last known address. This is where she's fucking lying. How the hell you tell me your kids got kidnapped, and you did nothing? You didn't engage in the police. Who would have found him? You know something that's funny? They'll find you even if you got a prepaid phone number. If you had when you signed up and you gave your name, they will still find you. Yep. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. See, if this tells me how much she don't give a fuck about her kids, because, like I said, we have the Amber Alert, which the police would engage if she went to the police. If these kids were actually kidnapped. See, a lot of these women don't really want their kids. They'll take the child support. They don't really want to be bothered with the kids because they're already overwhelmed, right? And so she got the one kid, which is a mixed hybrid that you see in the back. You see high yellow, which is probably what she wanted. The other kids were probably darker, which she probably didn't want them either. So any which way, she's full of shit. But let's go ahead and continue.
saying, like, you don't know his mama, his sister, his cousin, his brother. He don't got no IG page.
Don't need all that. Just call a popo. Call a popos. They'll find all that. Trust me. Popos got more power than you think they do. They'll find it. Kidnapping is a fucking federal offense, especially if you take them across state lines. Then you got the feds involved. That's how I know she's full of shit.
Like, it's just, I'm just trying to understand, because I'm not saying it's impossible, but I would think with all the technology we have today, you could at least know the city or state. So you have no idea what city or state they're in?
Oh, they're here. They're in Maryland. Yeah.
Also, you know where they are.
Yeah.
So, so why can't you pull up?
So, okay, the story, what happened with all that is that he pretty much lied and got a false protective order. When he did that,
okay, real quick though. So it's not.
Again, she lied. You know what the protective order does? Unless he has proof that he got a protective order for the kids, the protective order would be him against her. The kid's still not involved. And he said that he's in Maryland. Maryland is a pro-woman state. So what bullshit is you telling me now? But let's go ahead and listen.
I'm here to say kidnap then, because when you hold on, just real quick. When you say kidnap, we're thinking
he didn't kidnap him. She's fucking lying. She's using GoFundMe to get money. She broke. I keep telling you guys, these women talking about they independent. They don't need no man. All them bras are broke. She claimed to have all these jobs, 4 jobs: software engineer, pastor, DJ. I forgot what the other 4th job was, and she's still broke. Still broke. So that's a lie in this story somewhere. Come on, dudes, gals, you put 2 and 2 together. Even if we on the low end on programming, that's 60,000. Let's say she making I don't know how much she's making on DJ, even if she even had that job. She's a pastor, right? She gonna break some coins from that. And I forgot what was the other job she had. I don't remember what the other job she had. But either which way, she should be making at least a good 80,000 or more a year. And yet, she had custody of the kids, which means that would have been child support. She was married once, which means child support and alimony. I don't know how long they were married, so depending on how long they're married, she may not qualify for alimony, but at least child support for those two kids. And she got three other bastard children. That's child support. So why the fuck are you working on these jobs if you making a good salary? See, that's a lie she's telling you to make you feel. And then how much she want a man to make more money than her. Another red flag. She's not making the money. Women are the manipulators of truth. They will manipulate truth to make it sound like it's real when it's actually false. But let's go ahead and continue.
Kidnapped, gone, you don't know where they are, you can't. So that's not true. You know where your children are.
Well, illegally, he did kidnap them because he never signed their birth certificates.
You don't have to sign a birth certificate. Only thing the birth certificate means that you signed the birth. That's it. If you are the father, you still don't have to sign the birth certificate. You just said he was a father. You acknowledged he's a father. You can paternity can be done without a birth certificate. If that's the case, most men that ain't on the birth certificate would never have to pay child support because I can't go after him for child support because his name ain't in the birth certificate. That doesn't matter. Shit. His name cannot be on the birth certificate for a number of reasons. He could have worked. He didn't get to the hospital in time. There's lots of reasons why just because his name is not on the birth certificate is not considered kidnapping. And if that's the case, then you should have went to the police and got it. But you already knew he was the daddy, or at least you claiming he's the daddy, and you know there's some other shit that's going on with you that you don't want to put out on the show because you can't find no man. Because let's be real, if you're on the show, you're pretty goddamn desperate. If you had options, you wouldn't be on this show. No disrespect to Kendra, but if you own this show, you desperate. You don't have any options. If you had options, you would never be on this show. But let's go ahead and continue.
And I have been directed that I need to go file charges, but every time I do anything, nothing ever happens because his dad is an ex-cop. So he has everybody on his side, even people that are in Department of Social Service. It's a lot to it.
But wait a minute.
Yeah, it's a lot to the lies you tell.
So are you saying you do know where your children are in this world?
Yes.
And
then they're not kidnapped. Then you know exactly where they are.
And legally,
I've called like I don't know how many times to do welfare checks on them. They won't.
No. But outside of that, because you just said that
that's a lie. If you call to do a welfare check on somebody, the police are required to go do a welfare check. So she's lying. I don't know what to believe from this chick. This is what I'm telling you. These chicks on here get on here and lie when they put under the light. You can see the truth that they're not telling you. If you call the police right now and ask for a welfare check and they don't go out and check, you can burn them like gasoline. Because you send and they're gonna have to because they have the responsibility to go out and check. Even if they don't break the door down, they're like, okay, we went to the house. There's no sign of life. We didn't see anything. We peeped in the door. Unless we have justification to break the door down, we're not going to. But they have to investigate every damn claim, even child protective services. Even if no matter how outrageous the claim is, they have to investigate every single claim. They have to. So that's why I know she's lying. But let's go ahead and continue.
You to press charges. You didn't press charges?
No.
Why not?
Because she's lying.
Like I said, every time I do anything, he gets it reversed or removed, and it comes back on me. It's almost like the devil's advocate. I understand what you're saying, but
listen, girlfriend, stop using like because that doesn't tell anybody anything. That's a filler word that's pretty much fucking useless. And anyway, we know you lying, but let's go and continue.
Done and listened to all these people all this time, and everything that I've done, it always backfires.
So the judge, you've gone to.
Wait. I'm gonna stop this shit. You're a woman and everything's backfiring. Let's put with the majority of the fucking uh, 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 child welfare and child custody cases are pro women, and you said he live in Maryland and it's backfiring. Bitch, please stop you lying. So what was you do? A crackhead? What were you really doing? That were you having men over there molesting your children? There's something in the story that she ain't telling you. There's something in the story she ain't telling you. I'm telling you.
A judge, and so is there an order that they? Because I don't listen. I don't know everything, so I'm not trying to pretend like I know everything.
We know you don't.
But this almost sounds like a case where he had something against you.
Right. He went and filed a false protective order.
And they just automatically approved it. Like they don't. From my understanding, they just don't get them. Like he has to make some things proven to get it approved.
That's the thing, though. He was out of jurisdiction when he filed it. I was living in Virginia, and they.
Whoa! Wait a minute. Okay. I bet you a fucking dollar that she didn't have custody of her children. When I say custody, she didn't have legal custody, which means she didn't go through the state and get custody of the children through the state. Because parents, by default, do not have custody of their children. The state has to give you custody of your children. So you can have a husband and wife situation or a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. Unless the state gives you custody of your kids, the father or the other parent can come get those kids and snatch them away as if there's no problem. You have to have legal custody, and it has to be given to the state. That means she didn't have legal custody. Because if she had legal custody, the state of Virginia would have drove over to fucking Maryland and snatched them goddamn kids up through the process they would have had to. So what the state of Virginia would have did, state of Maryland, this is state of Virginia. We have a case where the other parent has taken custody of a citizen we have in the state of Virginia who has legal custody that's under our jurisdiction. They under our jurisdiction. Here's the case number 4563456. We're coming up to Maryland to get those fucking kids. If you don't give us those kids, we would then call the FBI to have the kids extracted from the state of Maryland. That's exactly what have happened. That's how I know she's fucking lying. She didn't have custody of her kids. The boyfriend or husband or whoever, it wasn't the husband, the boyfriend or whatever man she was running raw in her, came and got the kids because she had no legal precedence of having ownership over those kids. And in the state of Virginia, I know for a fact if she did not have custody granted to her by the state, the father could come in and take the kids. And most states have that rule. Because my baby mama, she moved to Maryland, and my son was living in Maryland. We had shared custody. And then I went and picked him up and said, fuck it. I ain't bringing him back. Because I got tired of her bullshit. She made him say he was in the hospital for 7 days. He never went back. And guess what? State of Virginia had jurisdiction over him because he had court papers. Even though he was in Maryland part-time, the state of Virginia still had jurisdiction over him. Maryland couldn't just snatch jurisdiction over him. They would have to go to courts and plead the state of Virginia to give jurisdiction of that kid. But Virginia still had jurisdiction over my son. And she said she lived in Virginia. If she went to Virginia and had the court case and got custody of her kids, the state of Virginia would still have jurisdiction over her kids, even if her kids were in fucking Alaska. That's how I know that she didn't go to the courts and have custody of her kids. Because otherwise, the state of Virginia would have rained hell on Maryland. And Maryland would have said, oh, yep, here you go. Come get these kids. Just the same way if Maryland did the same, if Maryland had given her custody of her kids and said, hey, the husband took the kids and we have jurisdiction over this kid, they would have went to Maryland and Maryland would have met up with Virginia cops and they would have passed the kid over and boom, and the story would be done. That's how I know she didn't have custody of her kids. There's more to the story than this she's not telling you. I know for a fact because I went through this shit, so I know what the law says. And it's not, and you're not going to take a child that's that has jurisdiction in another state, or have custody cases in another state, and all of a sudden say, "I'm going to move to another state," and say, "Now, and that state now has custody, has jurisdiction over that child." It doesn't, because if all the father or the other parent has to prove is that this state has jurisdiction over this kids, that other state has to abide by that state. And then if that state wants to transfer it over to that state, that's fine. But they have to abide by the state that the child was originally had custody in. You just can't change that shit on whim just because you take the kids. It doesn't work that way. That's how I know she's lying. And y'all keep talking about, oh, you don't know what you telling the truth. Motherfucker, dude, I know when a boy's lying, and she fucking lying. She ain't telling you the whole truth. But let's go ahead and continue with the nonsense. Because y'all, some of y'all simps think these women are always telling the truth when they fucking lying. And she is a liar.
We're being dropped off and picked up in PG County, Maryland. And when he filed it, it was totally bogus. And they just they went.
But what I'm saying is,
correct.
so you're saying there was no, how was he?
Because she's lying. Even if he would have put a case in Maryland, or got a restricting order in Maryland, she would still have to deal with the state of Virginia if she had custody. That's how she didn't have custody in Virginia. And so now what he did is he took the kids to Maryland, and then he got a court case in Maryland, giving it now the children have jurisdiction in the state of fucking Maryland, which she fucked herself on. See, y'all women are stupid. Y'all think that because y'all give birth, y'all automatically have custody of your kids? You don't. The custody has to be given by the state. And I tell men all the time. Hey, and I know a young man. He lived. We worked in the same place. It was, it was out of Virginia where we worked, and he had a kid. And I like, dude. He was moving to Virginia. I was like, dude, I'm gonna tell you one thing. You need to take your daughter and go to the courthouse and get a custody hearing. You need to either get full custody or get joint custody. But what the main important part is, you get jurisdiction of that child in that state. So if she start acting a goddamn fool, the jurisdiction is covered under the state that custody hearing was done under. Not if she comes get that kid, because once you do set that up, and especially if you get full custody, she can't come and take that kid and take it out of state without your permission. And if she keeps him, guess what's gonna happen? Yes, state of Virginia. Yeah, we have a problem. She took my kid and won't give him back. What's your name? Okay, you got the paperwork? Okay, we're gonna go stop by your house, and then we're gonna go to the state of Maryland and snatch that kid up. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Oh, ma'am. Boom. That bullshit she's saying is bullshit. I know for a fact it's bullshit. That's more than the story that she's telling. Let's go and continue.
Able to get it approved if you did nothing.
He lied, and I had.
But they have to, because I have friends that go through this stuff. But hold on, real quick. They have to interview you, and they have to also interview the kids. I have a friend that's going.
I'm telling you, they don't have to interview fucking nobody. They're gonna snatch the kids over. Now, I remember how old the kids were, 13, 14, somewhere around there. Now, if the kids say they don't want to move back with the mother, now there is some paperwork where they can. I forgot what they call it, but they can get a divorce from the parents. But depending on the age of the kid, that ain't gonna work. So yeah.
Through this with his ex-wife, and it's not that simple. When you fight, they can't just take the person's word. They have to be interviewed. The kid has to be interviewed. So you got interviewed, and the kids got interviewed.
Yes, and he went to someone that he knew, because the lady called me after 5:00 Friday. It was somebody that he knew. It was Ashley Powell, a social worker that his sister worked with.
So, but the kids were interviewed, and they co-signed whatever he said?
They were interviewed, but my kids did not talk to them.
Your kids didn't talk to the people?
It doesn't give a flying fuck what your kids say. It's what the states gave to the parents. She didn't have custody. She couldn't have custody of her kids. He took them. There is nowhere in hell, unless I was absolutely broken, poor, and had no way to fight. But if you have a way to fight, and state, especially in the state of Virginia, Maryland is a whole different state. But if your kids have jurisdiction in the state of Virginia, as she claimed they did, which I don't think they did, because I guarantee you give me her name and I see that would be under child, that might be protected, so I may not be able to find that. But that's more of the story that she's not telling. And then it took her 3 years, and she still don't got custody. There's a lie in this story. Now he got the kids for 3 years. It's gonna be even harder for the states to justify taking them kids away from them. She done nothing other than sit on her ass and pretend that she got money. That's why and then she got a GoFundMe. Yeah, whatever.
People that got interviewed?
No.
So, okay. So basically you're saying for the last 3 years, you legally are not able to see your children.
He kidnapped my children out of false protection.
So what is the money you're raising for?
To get an attorney to get my kids back, because I haven't been able to find an attorney that he hasn't corrupted.
So you need money.
Now she's talking about a conspiracy. How the fuck he gonna corrupt every goddamn lawyer in the state of Maryland? She's lying. And if you don't think she's lying, you're a fucking fool. She is lying. Ain't nobody corrupting shit. Women usually have the benefit of the doubt. And so what it is, that she done something that she don't want to come out in the open. She got a GoFundMe because she's broke. Or there's a scam going on between her and her husband. All the money, all the jobs you said you have, you don't need any of that to get your kids back. All you got to do is call the state of Virginia if you have custody of your kids. Custody isn't given. You have to ask for it. You have to go to court and request custody of your children. And I get you. That's not the case that she has. Yeah, another lying chick on Kendra Jesus show. But we're gonna finish this up. Shit. How long is this video? Let's go ahead and continue.
To get a new attorney.
Yes, I've had 3, and all 3 of them have failed. They have not. Well, actually 4. 4.
Okay. Okay. I don't know all the legal terms. I just know that people that have gone through this, but I do know this. Another parent just can't say a claim. There has to be research.
There's I've never done anything like.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that you did. I'm just saying
my life ever.
Huh?
Wash your
never
fucking
done anything
head.
remotely wrong in my life ever. And for him to say the things that he said, he said to the judge, everything that he documented in court on record when I wasn't even present, court hearings.
Why didn't you go to the court hearing?
I didn't know about him. He wouldn't file things that I didn't even know about. He was.
But don't you have? But you have to be served.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't get served.
He was sending everything to an old address in Prince Frederick,
Yeah,
Maryland.
but it doesn't fly by the judge if you were you served.
Kendra, I have all the proof that he sent all this stuff to.
No, I understand. No, I'm asking you a direct question, Renee, because you don't ever answer my question directly. Did he serve you with the papers? Did someone serve you?
Never.
Then legally he can't even do that in court because they have to be served.
Exactly.
Now that I do know, you can't have a court hearing if the person doesn't know about it.
Every single thing that he sent to my old people.
Let me correct about Maryland, and I know that for a fact this is Maryland. If the parent says they don't know where the other parent is, then they will proceed with the case of custody without the other parent. See, the thing is, Maryland, and they may have, I don't know if they changed, but back in the days, you can literally say, hey, I don't know where the other parent is. I don't know where none of the parents is. I want custody of this child. And they were granted. And so that part, I have to question, because I have to realize Maryland is a little slow. They're a little behind on the times. And so it is possible that they may have those old rules in place. Because at one point in time, Maryland, you could take a person's plate in Maryland and go to the DMV and find out the person's address. Yeah. You couldn't do that in Virginia. So if I say a person hit my car and hit their place, tell me where they live at, the state of Maryland would give you that address. You did that in the state of Virginia, they say, okay, give me the license plates. We're going to send an officer to go investigate it, which is the way it should be. So Maryland has always been behind on everything. So it is possible that he could have gotten custody of those kids even if he sent it to a bogus address, or he claimed that he didn't know who the father or where the mothers were living, and they would have just went ahead and proceeded with the case. So that part, Kendra G, you may not know about, but that is very possible in the state of Maryland.
Box, it was, recorded on the register in the courthouse because they have to send you a copy of it. He was using the address that I had over 7 years ago when he knew I was.
But what I'm saying is, you can send addresses, but in order for a judge to move forward with the.
That's not correct. What you're talking about is criminal cases. That's very different from child custody cases. You do not have to have confirmed that you've been served on a child custody case. I know for a fact where people have lost custody of their kids because the person that tried to get custody of their child either said they didn't know where the parents lived or gave a bogus address. That's bullshit. Now, there are certain cases where they have to physically be served, like eviction notices and things of that nature. In some cases, if they can't serve them, they'll put it on the fucking door and say you served. So, Kendra G, you're outside your spec. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So, it is possible to be served, depending on what state you are, and not be physically served. You can have, they can send them, in some cases, in extreme cases, sometimes they'll send a letter, a certified letter. But most of the time, they don't send certified letters. They send it through regular mail and assume that you've been served. Certified letters means somebody in the house had to sign it, but it doesn't have to be you. It could be your cousin, your son, your daughter, the goddamn dog if he can write. Anybody that signed for it, you served.
Hearing, they have to have proof that you were served the date. So even if he sent it to your house, that's not proof of service.
Exactly.
So a judge is not even supposed to go forward.
Kendra, you're wrong. It happens, and you're wrong. It does happen. I know people who lost custody of their kids based off fictitious statements that somebody have given, be it a grandmother, a stepmother, or whatever the hell, that wanted custody of their kid. They sit there and lied to the state and got custody, and the state just especially the state of Maryland. Maryland is known to do this, and they would do it and not question anything. The other parent didn't come in. Well, we'll just give you custody, not temporary custody, full custody. So I do know that will happen in the state of Maryland.
Unless you were served, that you just didn't show up.
That's not true. Every time I get notice of a date, I'm there. I don't play about my kids.
So since then you have gone.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been back and forth.
So when you go to the court, why is the judge saying you can't see your kids? Like, what is the judge saying? What is the reason the judge is saying?
That's a very good question. The last time I was before the judge, she did say that I have visitation as far as being able to see them. I was supposed to be able to see them every 3 days on video calls. So that was granted. And when I call, he does not answer. He won't let the kids call me or talk to me.
When was this?
This has been since last September.
And the last time you seen your kids was 3 years ago?
In person, almost 3 years ago.
Oh, now you... So when's the last time you saw your kids, period?
So the last time I saw them on the video calls was in October.
And after that, it just stopped?
Stop, yeah.
I still think it's misleading to say that you're raising money for your kids being...
They're not kidnapped.
Because when you say that, and we're a new audience, kidnap is such a strong word that without knowing all this information that you just gave, I would think literally kidnap.
Right. But so that was when that happened that I put it out. So yeah.
You haven't changed the girlfriend. It's still up there because this is what they're telling me. So I want to believe.
Cause she lied. She's one of them chicks out here trying to get grab some money when she can, playing the victim, talking about her kids being kidnapped. Let's get real. Your kids kidnapped. You got the state and federal government that's going to go look for your kids, especially if they think the kids went outside the state. Then you got the federal government going in to look for it. You don't need a GoFundMe page for your kids being kidnapped. That's a scam that she's doing. See, again, I keep telling you guys, most of these modern women are really truly fucking broke. They find any kind of scam they can get to get money. I wouldn't be shocked that the whole story that she's telling is a complete fucking fabrication, or her and her boy, baby daddy, is in cahoot trying to make some damn money because they both broke. Look at it. You got all that fake hair in your hand, and you got all the fucking fake nails on your hand, but you can't. You claim that you can't afford an attorney. What that fake hair in your head cost you? $300-$400? No ratchet ass nails cost you $120. Go get your bottom end attorney. Apparently you claimed you spent $100,000. I don't know how you spent that kind of money when you claim that you always broke. Listen to what they say, not what they claim. But anyway, let's go ahead and finish up.
All I can ever do is take your word, but the more I ask you questions, and even when I was asking you questions before, it seemed like you wasn't answering all the way. So I don't know what the truth or the lie is. I have to be honest. My first time meeting you.
I agree with you.
First time having a conversation with you.
And
I don't know your real situation. I just know people that have gone through this. One of my close friends, and it's like you just can't. Like, there's like month after month, yes. But if you're really fighting, not saying you're not fighting for your kids. I'm not saying that.
At 3 years, she's not fighting. 3 years, she claims the kids are kidnapped. She's not fighting. There's nowhere in hell that you claim you're making all this money and you claim that your boyfriend took your kids and they kidnapped them, which is a crime that is punishable harshly. You didn't get the police involved. You claimed that you got a lawyer involved. Not once did she say, "Hey, he took my kids. I called the popos." Not once. You know why? Because her and her boyfriend might be in cahoots with this whole scam that's going on. It's a scam that they're doing, and she got on Kendra G hoping that she get more scam. I think this is a scam. I really do. I think it's a scam that either her and her baby daddy or her by herself is trying to get money because she's broke. Notice forehead. Notice the ratchet ass nails. That's scam. But let's go and continue.
But you still have rights unless they prove something beyond the shadow of a doubt that you are unfit to be around them.
Exactly.
And you're saying, and what did he say to get the judge to agree to that? Like, what was the allegation that he made?
He filed so many false petitions to the court. Like, I did not.
But what were some of the things that he said?
I was not present because I didn't know about the court hearings.
But they have to, but listen, but they make you aware. They tell you didn't get no paperwork.
Nothing. I'm telling you, he either has somebody impersonate or he, like I said, sending them to the.
She lied. More lies.
Okay, but when you went to the court yourself, didn't you ask why is this in place? What did they tell you?
Okay, so when I went to the courthouse to get paperwork and everything, because I needed to get proof of everything that was going on.
You should have asked her where the courthouse was. Cause I can tell you where it is. It's up in Upper Marlboro. It's a nice size facility. Ask her where the courthouse is. I'm pretty sure she's not going to. Cause Kendra G, I think she's living in LA now. She has no idea where the courthouse is. But the courthouse for Maryland, that would have happened. It would have been in Upper Marlboro.
When I was trying to find a new attorney, they would give me paperwork that are in the file. They keep a file, right? Mm-hmm. So they were giving me paperwork out of the file, but we're not giving me everything that I asked for. So
but what I'm saying is, no, this is what I'm.
That's a lie. They would have gave her exactly what she wanted. She said, "Here's my name." So what the paperwork would have said is her husband versus her, or the state versus her, and they would have gave her all the paperwork she wanted to have on that particular case. Even if the case, so what happens is in court cases, even if they have multiple cases and the cases are related, the previous cases, so you have the first case, that case may roll over to another case, but it would be related to the following case. And if the next case gets turned over to a new case number, All three cases, the first case will relate to this one. This case will be related to this one, so they can follow the path. She would have got everything she wanted. That's how I know she's lying. Even how fucked up Maryland, the state of Maryland is, even in the 80s, they have still been able to do that. So now I know she's lying.
Saying you said you had lawyers. Your lawyer, bare minimum, has to know that
Didn't need a lawyer. She can do that on her own. I mean, get the information that she needed.
charge, the allegation. So the
She
lawyer
lied.
never. So they just said you don't like they. So basically, the lawyer said we taking your kids. They didn't give no reason, and the judge agreed. That's what the lawyer said.
When I get an attorney that will willingly help me, the past.
She lied. Now she's saying there's a bias against her. Get the fuck out of here.
Not
No.
help me.
I asked you this question because the bare minimum, you're supposed to know the allegation of why your kids are being kept from you.
Right.
Now that's bare minimum. So they never gave you the reason he said to keep your children away.
No.
That's a lie. That's 100% a fucking lie. They would have told her if you went to the courts and requested the paperwork on the case, no matter how many cases they went through, they would have been able to pull it all up and print it out for her and gave it to her. She's fucking lying.
And this has been going on for 3 years.
Yes, back and forth. It happened. It started during COVID.
Lying.
That
She
happened.
lying.
All the court,
She's
you know,
lying.
everything shut down. It was like impossible for me to hear.
So what were your
She's lying.
lawyers doing?
Absolutely nothing.
No, you didn't have a lawyer. You lying about the lawyer. Give us the lawyer's name so we can confirm with the lawyers that they actually had a lawyer in, because you could what she just said, everything she said, she could information of cases of what was charged against her, why the other parent has custody, all that could have been done on her own if she went up to Upper Marlboro and got that's where the case would have been held. Went up to Upper Marlboro and went ahead and got the paperwork done, because he would have been in Prince William County. So went up there, got the paperwork. They would have gave her the whole case numbers. She's lying. This is completely fabrication that she's saying. That's why she can't give an answer, because it didn't happen. She's lying. There's a major lie in this story. And that's why I keep telling you guys, stop listening to these chicken heads on Kendra G show, because a lot of these blogs are fucking liars. Women are the true manipulators of truth. They will sit there and lie, look you straight in the face and lie to you. Straight in the face. Just like what she's doing. There's no way in hell you're going to pay a lawyer $100,000, they're going to tell you why the fuck you don't have your kids. When you can go up to the courthouse and get it for free. Get the fuck out of here.
Just taking my money.
Yeah, you lying. You lying.
I want to believe you, but that part's hard to believe.
swear.
No, she lying.
I
Because
wish
she lying.
The people that keep saying,
Okay, bottom line, bottom line is this. On the paperwork, but listen, but Renee,
I hope it
Renee, real quick. On the paperwork, hold on, Renee,
Yep.
Renee, you may have missed the court date, but if you got the paperwork sent, on the paperwork, it tells you the reason that they said.
They have not given me not one thing, anything, is what I'm trying to
But what
explain.
did the paperwork say then?
My rights have been violated.
Huh?
His name is not one of their birth certificates. My civil rights have been violated.
It don't have to be your civil rights is against you. Your civil rights ain't been violated. And second, all you got to do is go to the courthouse. You don't own your kids. You have custodialship over your kids. Your civil rights. How's your civil rights violated? This is how she trying to justify that she ain't did shit for her kids in 3 years, and the father don't give a flying fuck. You know why? Because most men don't ask for child support. It's the majority of the women that ask for child support because they broke, or they have a hatred towards the father and want to punish him. That's why I'm an advocate for getting rid of child support. If you can't afford to take care of your kids, give them to the father. And if neither one of you can afford them, send them to the state, and let the state take equal amount of child support out of both of your checks. Yeah. But that's a lie in this story, and it's a deep lie. She's lying out her yin yang.
And I'm still finding an attorney that will help me.
Okay, but what I'm asking is this, because listen, we all want to help you, but these answers, we're just confused. On the
Dirty as hell.
paperwork, What does it say?
So, okay, the paperwork is basically saying he wouldn't got a false protective order saying I was abusing my kids and I've never abused my children.
Okay, stop right there. That's what it is. Whether
Okay.
it's true or not, I know that you had to know the claim. That's why I'm still here going here because I can't. Now that to me is a
Now,
lie. Like I know enough to know that what.
now that would have got into Child Protective Services. That would have done an investigation first. Now, it's possible that he could have took those kids over to Maryland, then called Child Protective Services on the Maryland side to have the kids investigate, looked at, and if the kids had indications of bruises outside of normal wear and tear. Like, for example, my son used to go out and play football with kids 2 to 3 times his age and get hit and come back with skinned up knees, and I'm like, hey, you okay? Let me kiss it. Oh, bye bye, daddy. I'll see you later. Go right back out. Get smacked like a motherfucker. Get right back up. I'm gonna kill him, please. That's how little boys are. They tough. They're like fucking iron cannons. Hit them, they cry a little bit. I'm okay. Can you kiss this? Oh, I'm good. I'll see you later. Bye, daddy. But what she said is bullshit. That's why you can't trust a lot of these modern women. Fucking lying out there. All this shit. Then she said that the claim was that she was abusive to her kids.
Whether you missed the
Listen,
court date, you already claimed that you got the paper, so you could have got the information of the hearing later. But bare minimum, the paperwork had.
I want to know what the the Child Protective Service paperwork would have been done, because that would have been done way before the court case would have been done.
As the allegation stated.
Right.
So you were saying all this time, I'm gonna tell you, Renee, people want to believe you, but you're not coming across believable.
I don't believe her at
So
all,
you said
'cause
this
you're
whole time you never knew what he claimed, and I was like, that can't be true because that doesn't make any sense. The first page of an affidavit will tell you what the claim is. So now you finally said he said you had child endangerment. Whether it's true or not, that's the allegation. That's what we were asking.
Right.
What was the allegation that he said? And you waited all this time to try to make us pretend like you never knew. And I'm like, girlfriend, you got to know that much.
Because you lied.
Yeah, he falsely. That's when he found.
But here's what the case is. Here's what the interesting case would have been. If he would have did that, Child Protective Service is level 1. They would have went in and investigated the kids if they had a problem. This I know that she didn't have custody in the state of Virginia, because all this shit would have changed otherwise. But anyway, we're going to continue.
The false protective order saying.
And 3 years?
Not that I'm
3
lying.
years?
First of all, I'm going through a lot. So if anybody thinks I'm lying about anything,
you
that's
are.
not the case.
You lied to us a couple times, Renee. So we want to believe you, but it's hard to believe when you lie.
I'm not lying.
You lied.
It's just
Because I asked you clearly, did you know the allegation, and you said no. And that's why I wouldn't let it go, because I knew that you had to at least know what the allegation was. Now the allegation could be false, but to say that you have no idea what the allegation is, even I know you have to know that much. There's no way somebody can have your kids from you for 3 years and they just went to a judge and say, I want my kids, shut her out, case closed. It doesn't work that way. Even I know that much. Now I'm not saying what he said is true. I can't confirm that. But I knew you had to know what the claim was.
Everybody is sitting there laughing and thinking this is funny when I haven't seen my babies that came out of my stomach.
Just because the baby came out of your stomach, I mean shit. Because fathers have equal opportunity to be the what you come. You didn't give a fuck about your kids. Now, now if you were working at McDonald's and he did this to you, I would have said, I understand. You didn't have the resources to fight the state of Maryland. But you're a programmer, a pastor. You mean you couldn't get funds from your goddamn church to help you fight this battle? You holy and dial ass broad that you lying about, and you a DJ. You still didn't have enough money. You only raised yourself and one kid. The other two kids are moved out. Which means the father who had the 2 kids, who must have known you were already fucked in the head, took his 2 kids and he's raising them. You only have the other bastard ass child from the high light skinned dude who didn't give a fuck about your kid in the first place. That's why you still have him. I would have pity on you if you were broke, but you claim to be this high and mighty, living on a high horse, and yet you talking about you paying $100,000. $100,000 will win a custody case. Unless you're talking about your ex was making $1 million. I know because when I went to custody case, a lot of lawyers were talking. The minimum they were preaching, and even in the state of Virginia, they were preaching anywhere between $50,000 were the bare minimum to start a custody case. The one I was lucky enough, he hooked me up with this woman. She was a Jew. Her rates were a little bit lower, but I'm telling you, girlfriend went to bat for me with a loogie slugger. I took her and she said, "Hey, we can't take your case for 50,000, but here's somebody who might be able to do it for a little less." I hooked up with her. We had the conversations. We did that. Went to court. She spanked that ass. That's why I know she's lying. That's a lot in the story that she ain't telling everybody else. But let's go ahead and continue, because I know y'all hate my commentary, but I'm gonna give it anyway.
That's just pure evil. And I have never done anything to hurt my children. My oldest two can attest to that because
they can't contest the shit because they out of the house.
Brought up and raised 100% perfectly in good shape and form. I've never done anything. That's why I love children. That's why I'm a teacher and a pastor. Like everybody that knows.
A pastor don't mean shit. Y'all, pastors, you know how many pastors fucking kids in the asshole? Pastor doesn't mean that you holy endowed. Y'all need to stop that bullshit. Oh, I'm a pastor. That means I'm better than everybody else. Get the fuck out of here. Pastors are some of the most evil motherfuckers you ever want to meet. They lie more than a little bit. They tell you a lot of fantasy stories that ain't true, and they're very manipulative. So saying you're a pastor doesn't mean jack shit in my book. And your own Bible tells you can't be a pastor, so that means you are a fucking hypocrite. You are fucking lying about I'm a pastor, even though the book says I can't be a pastor. I'm not allowed to teach a man. Bitch, please get the fuck out of here with that lying shit you talking about.
Me knows the fact that I would never do anything to hurt my kids.
Yeah, nobody know that.
So I'm not a liar, and yeah, I do get confused about things because I've never gone through this before. So that's
Girl, I can't give you that one. It was a clear question. It wasn't confusing. You didn't want to answer it.
From the beginning. No, that was like what he did. He filed for false.
I know, but that's what I was asking you. So I will say this. I gotta just be honest. I'm not excusing their behavior, but girl, you gone into a dating show. You already know how they get down. You know they're gonna go to your page. So I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but you can't call us and then get mad for us being us. That's who we are over here. When you call us, we gonna be us.
Saying everything that I've been through, and it's been torture. I have nightmares all the time about what he's doing to my children. Like he's done things to me, rape me. So I can only
accusations. Standing what women do. I don't know what he's doing to my kids. He might be doing this to my kids. Bitch, what the fuck would you doing to your kids? You claim to have all this money and you ain't got your kids? And you're a woman? And Virginia's pro-woman? Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit you talking about. Stop fucking lying. That only goes with people like Kendra G and other people who don't have kids. They never have to deal with the court system. Only those sap wetbacks will understand that. But the rest of us who got sense, my Latino brothers, Latino sisters, my black brothers, my black sisters, my white brothers, and my white sisters, Asian brothers and sisters, we all know that shit's bullshit. You think we too stupid to realize what you saying is a fucking lie. and you work that magic on people's ignorance. That's the whole foundation of religion, is to work on people's ignorance. Oh, I'm a pastor. That don't mean jack. Anyway, let me go and continue. Because this broad just make me want to throw the fuck up.
Just saying what could be happening to my own daughter that's 12,
Well then, girlfriend, you shouldn't be looking for a man. All your energy should be there, if that's how you feel. And that's just
and I agree. I agree 100% with you, Kenny. She should be looking for a man if she's worried about her kids, because she don't give a fuck about her kids. She's too worried about getting her bills paid and getting ran through again. She didn't learn the first, second, or third time with dealing with dudes. That's the reason why she's on this dating show, is to find another man to be laid up in her bed because she's tired of being by herself. She don't give a fuck about her kids. Most of these women don't give a fuck about their kids. They use the kids as commodities, as paychecks. If you took away child support, most of these women would be dropping their kids off at the fucking fire department. And you think that's funny? Yeah, most of them would. Hey, I can't take this kid. Drop him right off at the fire department. You take him. and walk the fuck off. Only child support is allowing most of these women to even give a fuck about their kids. These modern women don't give a shit about their kids. And she's a prime example. She don't give a fuck about her kids. But let's go ahead and continue.
That's true. We a dating show over here, child. So, I mean, you want us to cry tears for you, but at the same time, you caught us looking for a man with all this going on. So
that's the thing. I'm not supposed to put my life on hold because of him doing something wrong to me. God is.
The fuck you aren't supposed to put your life on. Your kids are more important than a man. This is how the delusion is. She don't get, again, I'm sorry. I know y'all don't like the commentary that I preach, but this shit hits target. She don't really care about her kids. What the fuck you looking for a man for? Get your life together. That's why I'm such an advocate against women out here who got babies out here looking for men when you need to take the time to raise your fucking children. Stop looking for a man. Raise your fucking children. You made the mistakes. You lay in that fucking bed and you go ahead and take care of them. Once your kids are grown, 18 and above, they move out that fucking house, then you go ahead and get ran through. She's another broken ass woman who's looking for a man who don't make any money that she telling everybody she's making, and she want a man in her bed despite all the fucking bad decisions she keeps making. Yet her kids aren't her priority. Me, I'm gonna hit you right off tip. But my last child, my son only got 2 kids. I was smart. I had to stop dating. You know why I had to stop dating? Because I had chicken heads that had chicks that, they wanted to meet him, have full access to him. And I'm like, nah, I can't give you access to my son. I don't even know if you're a keeper yet. Well, once you break him over, we can do this and that, and and you can move. Wait a minute, I'm not giving up my place to move in with you. See, women are very manipulative, and women will. And this is, I'm telling you, some young guys out here, don't let these women get close to your kids, because they will use your kids as a what I call the bug trap. So what they'll do is they bond with your child, continue acting like they are ratchet and untamed, and then hoping that you won't leave her because she has to bond with your child. Don't ever let that old game play with you. But let's go ahead and continue.
okay, and that's fair too, but then don't give us a sob story and get mad at us for being us.
Look, that's not a sob story. I'm just telling you what happened. I have gone to therapy.
Okay.
Well, you need to continue therapy then.
Well, listen, I really do wish you the best in this manner. I can only imagine what that is like. Like I said, I have a friend that's going through it, and that's why certain things I knew you had to know, because my friend is very stressed out, but every month is something, trying to get it, trying to focus.
All the
And,
time.
and I even feel like in my friend's case, the allegations are not true. But because I knew of that experience, I knew you had to know more than what you were saying.
Well,
And
the false allegations happened over 3 years ago.
Right.
That was 2020.
Right, but either way, though, a couple things, Renee. When you say kidnap, that's how we got here. We got here because you have a GoFundMe that the cousins brought up. I was actually ending. And when you say stuff like kidnap on a platform like us, we have kidnap to me means I know people for real kidnap. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that's happened to. So
what he did was kidnap my kids because he's not a birth certificate. He literally has violated my.
I was.
Again, chicken head. Birth certificates doesn't mean shit. He don't have to be on a birth certificate to kidnap you. And I'm gonna tell you for example, wasn't on my son's birth certificate when I didn't bring him back home, bring him back home to his mom, when we had a visitation agreement, and I decided not to bring him back. I'm not on his birth certificate. That's not fucking kidnapping. That's what you got to get. Just because they're not on the birth certificate doesn't mean that's kidnapping. That's how. She's a software developer and she doesn't even know this. That's how stupid she is. If the kid is yours, you claim the kid is yours. You claim he's the father. That's all that need to be known. Him being on the birth certificate doesn't mean shit. The birth certificate only uses say that at the time you sign this that you say that you're the father. That doesn't mean shit because you can still say later on say, hey, I'm the father. Do you have legal paperwork that says that you have legal custody of the children? Absolutely not. Which means, guess what? Both y'all have 50-50 rights to that kid, the children. And if the state doesn't give you rights to it, he could take them kids over to his house and keep them. You know how I know that? Because that's exactly what the fuck I did. Because I got tired of her smoking around my kid, and he went in the hospital for a second time for asthma attack, and I decided not to bring him back, take him back. And she lived in the state of Maryland. That's how I know it's bullshit. I got documentation. I still got his court. He's 24 years old. I still got the court papers that says the reason why and the reason I got custody. I got all that shit in documentation stamped by the fucking courts. That's how I know she's fucking full of shit. Motherfucker, don't play with me, especially when I know what the facts is. She has no clue. All she doing is feeding the butt, and there's no way in the hell somebody's gonna have your kid for 3 years without there's another issue in that issue that's going on. Again, Maryland's pro women, so Maryland would be more likely to give their kid to you than to him. Virginia doesn't care. Whoever the better parent is, it's going to get them. So either you failed in Virginia, and then failed it, and then Virginia said, "Fuck it, we're gonna give it over to Maryland," and then Maryland said, "Fuck it, we're not giving you your kids back because you got a bad track record." So there's either something with you or something you didn't do, but there's a part of that puzzle that we may not ever know. But I don't think you're telling the whole truth. I really don't. But good luck to you, boo boo. But you don't need to be looking for a man in this hot mess that you're going through. Focus on your kids. Stop focusing on the penis.
Listen, here's the deal. I can't agree with that because you have court cases. You know what the allegations are. You know where your kids are. You've been talking to them on a video. You're in a custody situation is more appropriate. You're in a custody situation with the child's father. Kidnap is you don't know what the person is. You're trying to find them. Here's the deal. I'm gonna give y'all a real. Y'all know I come from media. I used to host the morning show in Chicago. I interviewed people who were parents who were really looking for kidnapped people. So that's why for me that was like a big word because I'm a journalist. I have interviewed parents crying because they cannot find. And that just isn't your case. Now you have a situation with your ex. It's child custody. That's fair. But to use the word kidnap when you know where your kids are and you're raising money, because I'm a person that have talked to people who have really experienced that, I had to dig a little deeper. I wouldn't consider this kidnap.
It's not kidnap.
And I feel like it's misleading to raise money using that word because you will entice people to give to you thinking that your children were really kidnapped, but you know where they are. It's a custody situation.
So what would you prefer me to say then? Because
Girl, it's your life. You can do whatever. I'm just telling you how we got here. It's your life. I'm just saying.
The kids are not kidnapped. It isn't. She lying. You can say it's a custody case, but all the money that you claim that you're making, whatever.
And when I have interviewed people where they were kidnapped and they could not find them, and some never got found. It wasn't like I know where they are. That's not when you use the word kidnap. But I do wish you the best. I do wish you the best. I do wish you the best. But I think it's a custody battle. You want to raise money for a custody battle you have with your child's father.
Yeah, so I see, I really am tired of the comments because nobody knows what I've been through. And I've been through it a lot. I don't just...
Yeah, nobody knows been through the lies that you've been telling, of course. And you don't appreciate the comments because the comments are probably telling you how full of shit you are. 3 years and you didn't have your kids. 3 years and you're a woman. Didn't have your kids. That is more what you would hear from a man. So there's something else about this story that you're not telling us about. And then not only that, you on a show trying to look for a new man when you should be processing all that information, all that energy towards getting your fucking kids back. That tells me that you don't really give a fuck about your kids. You care more about having a penis in your bedroom than have your kids in their room. Let me say this one more time. She's more interested in having a penis laid in her bed than her children. Now, she's happy with that little mixed breed that she has in the back of the corner of her car. If you scroll back a little bit, you'll see the other one, that little high yellow mixed breed that she had in the back of her car. She had no problem with that. I'm almost willing to bet those other 2 kids probably close to my complexion. I'm almost willing to bet. I bet you $1 those kids are much darker than the high yellow one that she got in the car that's still there. Which the father don't give a fuck about that one either. Because in the head, the two, I have nothing but pure respect for fathers that are stepping up, taking their kids away from these piece of shit ass women like she is. If she truly gave a fuck about her kids, one, she wouldn't be on this show. Second, she would be spending every resource she had to get her kids. Even if that mean that she took out a second fucking mortgage on her home to get her kids. But you know what she did? She started a scam ass website lying about her kids being kidnapped. Like she don't know who has them, where the kids are. The kids just was taken and she has no idea where the hell the kids are. Why do you need a GoFundMe? You won't need a GoFundMe until after the kids are found dead. And then you need a GoFundMe to bury them. But that's why we have the police and we have the federal government to go look for your fucking kids. You brought a fucking scammer. You a lazy ass woman who didn't want her kids in the first place, probably because they were too dark. And you messing around with dudes that you shouldn't be messing around with. You claim to be a pastor, they ain't worth shit. And that is in direct contradiction with the belief that you have that says you can't be a pastor. And you put up a software engineer. Go get the fuck out of here. And you're a DJ on the side. What do you DJ? DJ, I don't got my babies. Whatever. Get the fuck out of here. You're full of shit.
There for somebody to hurt me and manipulate my life because I found out they were messing with other dudes. Number one. Number two, that's the reason why
See, shame. Look at how the shame. He was messing with other dudes. Listen, see? Throw him on the trail, but she ain't doing shit about anything. See? That's how women do. Attack a man's masculinity. Oh, he's messing with other dudes. No, he just got tired of your lame ass. He realized he busted a nut when he should have wore a condom.
mad and bitter because I told his mother to her face that, I found out what he was doing behind my back, and that's the reason why I left. Because I was like, I will never ever do anything with that person again because it's endangering my life. So when I did that, that was taking the kids and trying to say that I was abusive. And
Girlfriend, go to what do you call it? The federal, what's the CDC? Go to the CDC website and see who's really the major threat to people's health. It's y'all women out here letting dudes run trains on you and shoot up your club, and then you go around and have sex with some other dude and you give them all the diseases that you got. Go look at Go look at the CDC. See who has more infections than anything. It's black women that are full of fucking infections, not black men. Black men are second, but black women, you are the ones that are carrier of the fucking diseases. Fuck out of my fucking face. Y'all motherfuckers kill me, talking about, and y'all all allow dudes to shoot up the club with no condom at all. I understand you get married with him and you stop using condom, but you dating, you shouldn't be letting dudes just shoot up in you. And all of y'all fucking lazy ass bras letting guys shoot up your club, ain't married to you, don't have no commitment. Now, yes, you could still get married to a dude and he can give you something, but at least you said you did something right. You just laying up with dudes or whoever just, hi, beautiful. I know, cause men lie to y'all too, saying you're beautiful when you look like that.
I've never done anything like remotely dangerous to my children or harm them. They are very well kept, and you know me, and you know what I do. You'll see, the pictures, the
Nobody fucking knows you, so shut the fuck
videos.
up.
My kids love their mom, and I love my children. So they can say whatever they want. God knows better. So do my angels and everybody else.
Yeah, hey, stop that God knows better bullshit. If God knows better, you have your kids already. All right, that God shit doesn't make anyway. That's you pulling people's string hams who are delusional and believe that God really does anything. That God you believe in is about as youthful as a dead battery. y'all women need to stop using the God scenario. And I know what God you're talking about, the Christian God, which is absolutely useless. Stop using that God bullshit because it doesn't work at all. If it did work, you have your damn kids. Now, would it? But then with your heart, y'all so fucking delusional, you'll say, oh, well, God didn't make it work this time. But in time, God will give my kids back. And yeah, you know, whatever. I'm so delusional when I smoke crack. Yeah, God gonna help me out. And don't ever do shit. Just shut the fuck up.
Protect me in my battle, and they're fighting here on this planet, and they're fighting the spirit battle, everything.
Ain't no goddamn spiritual battle. What battle? I wish y'all butt shit crazy ass Christians show me a spiritual battle that you claim is going on, because it's not. It's all delusional in your fucking batshit crazy ass brains. There's no spiritual battle going on at all. You normally hear this from lying, broken ass, brainwashed ass broads and dudes. I don't even hear men say spiritual battles. It's mostly these broken ass broads that talk about, oh, there's a spiritual battle, and there's a fight, and you ask them, demonstrate that. Oh, I can't. It's an invisible power. I can't tell you how, but I know for and Jesus is gonna heal me. And I've been praying for 14 years to get me a husband, and it's been 20 years, and I still ain't get no. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't never met a bunch of delusional women in my life. But go ahead.
That is gonna happen. Is gonna happen for a reason.
Okay.
No bullshit.
Okay. Well, on that note, we wish you the best. We do.
Yeah. So like I said, there's no type of like, I guess recourse with this because now it's out. So.
Oh, didn't you just say Jesus is gonna save you? Ain't that the recourse? Yeah, Jesus ain't gonna do shit because Jesus don't even fucking exist. It's a fictitious character that somebody made up out of Greek. That's why you in the same situation that most of y'all chicken-headed bras are in now. You're depending on Jesus, and Jesus can't do shit for you. You don't have to do shit for you because you're not even doing shit for yourself. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. A desperate woman seeking help. Now you can hate my commentary all you want to, but what I speak not only come from personal experience, which you can still consider anecdotal, but when I have court experience, you can't say that's anecdotal. I know these chicks because I see them every day. I wouldn't recommend that to my worst fucking enemy. Look at this. She hate herself so much that she done wore fake hair to the point where her hairline is way back here. I'm 50. I'm double nickels. My hairline is here. I'm double. See, I am what my son told me about the fingers. Right. So you look at the elbows, the eyebrows. I am one finger. 1, 2, 3. I'm 3 joints. Her hairline is way back here. So she's a whole fucking hand. I forgot I have to go to ask him how he count them again. But her hair, she's younger than I am. Her hair's way back here because she's wearing this fake hair trying to look like a white woman. Right? She don't, this hair here, that's not her hair. The long, nasty, germified, fucking fungus infested, long, fake ass nails, that's not her. These nasty, trifling ass broads walking around trying to look like who they aren't because they know they already know they ugly. I mean, I would say she's ugly, but she's not pretty by far. I'll give her like a 4.5, maybe 5 on a good day. But this hairline right here, that's a solid. I have to take off 1 from the hairline right here. That's a 1. So the best I can really give her is like a 4. And it's fake hair, I have to take another point off. So the best I can give is a 3. So if I just look at her as a person, I can give her like a 4.5. But that forehead and that fake hair in her head and the ratchet, I didn't even count the ratchet ass nails. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. And we're going to finish this up right quick.
Yeah, girl. You said you've been watching us. Let me tell you something. We year 5. When you call me, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Point blank here.
We'll be a little more compassionate compassionate being that
Well,
I have
honey,
my.
it's hard. Listen, you gotta take accountability.
I am.
I'm gonna give it to you straight.
I.
I don't mind giving compassion, but I gotta be honest. And you were lying to me.
It's still.
So when you lied,
Now,
so hold on. So when you lied to me, I
it's
am
not.
going to keep asking you questions. So
I.
I mean,
I.
it's. I think I gotta just give it to you honest. You have to take more accountability.
I talked to
And that's
attorney.
just what it comes down to. So it's not about like, period. You got to take more accountability. And you know who I
I want to.
am. You call me. You know who I am. You
Oh,
know
I
what it is.
tell all the time, but even the attorneys are telling me it's kidnapping. I go file kidnapping.
Okay.
Ain't nobody telling you that's kidnapping. Kidnapping means you don't know who got your kids. Stop the cat.
They're
Lying
telling
like
me
a
to do
motherfucker.
that, and I refuse to do that because that's their father, and I don't want them to get locked up. I want them
So
to be
you're
able.
okay. So hold on. So
I,
you refuse to. So you're okay. Hold on. So you're
She lying.
refusing to file kidnap charges, but you create a GoFundMe that says your kids were kidnapped.
they were
So,
kidnapped.
so
They
why
were
didn't you
taken.
file the kidnap charges?
Lying.
Honestly, because I
Scam.
don't want any more drama with him. I just
So
want my
okay,
kids.
but hear this out for a second. So you won't legally file that your kids were kidnapped, but you will publicly set a GoFundMe and use the word kidnap for your kids. This is the part right here that I'm trying to get you to understand. Kidnap is it's a powerful word, and you will grab somebody's heartstrings with
So
that word. Hold on, with that word alone.
that's
But now you're telling us. But now you're telling us legally you didn't even file the kid. That's more important. Forget the GoFundMe. The legal part is the more important part if you're trying to get your kids. So if he kidnapped your kids, there should be a charge for kidnapping.
What I tell you, it's a scam. She don't give a fuck about her kids. And one, it's not kidnapping. She'll know who has the kids. And second, I guarantee you, she don't have custody of her kids, so it's still not kidnapping. Kidnapping is is basically, I shouldn't say basically. If she had full custody of her kids by the state of Virginia, and he came and took those kids and didn't bring him back, the state of Virginia would be forced to go get her kids. And what they would have done if they would contacted the state of Maryland, and then they would contact, and the state of Maryland would have contacted the state. They probably would have just contacted the state of Maryland state police. They would have went and got the kids, or they would have located the father and got the kids and brought the kids back. That would have happened. That is not the story that she's preaching. She's claiming that she don't know who got her kids. She got a GoFundMe. The GoFundMe page is for what? It's not for expenses to help you get the kids, because all you have to do is make a phone call, and that could happen if you have custody of your kids. So the GoFundMe page is a scam, for she can get money. And I'm not gonna say the boyfriend is involved in the scam, but it's a scam. She's using the words kidnapping as if she don't know who got her kids. What's the money's gonna be used for? To pay her bills. See, this GoFundMe, it was a good idea, but they got so many scammers like her that's taking part of it that it almost makes making the site almost a scam site, because people are scamming the site, pulling on people's heartstrings. Oh, her kids were kidnapped. She knows exactly where her kids are. She can get her kids if she had custody of, instead of Virginia, because they would have just went over and got the kids. So there's a lot of part of this story that she's not telling the truth about. I know for a fact there's no question that she's lying about this story.
You just told us you didn't even legally file a kidnap charge.
Yeah. You
That's
know why?
because every time I try to do something, it always backfires. Every single time. I kid you not. I could.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. How's it going? So that means he got control over the state of Virginia and the state of Maryland? That's bullshit. Because what happened? Worst case scenario, if the state of Maryland, when they gave up the kids, state of Virginia would have then contacted the FBI. Because legally, this is across state lines, which would be in the federal government's jurisdiction. Right? They would have gotten those kids. So you're trying to say the state of Virginia, the state of Maryland, and the FBI would all be in cahoots against you. What's the chances of that really being the case? Really? What's the chances of that being? Because the kids are in Maryland, you in Virginia, across state lines. So it'd be 3 tiers that this motherfucker would have to be a billionaire more than any other billionaire on this planet to be able to corrupt everybody in Virginia, corrupt everybody in the state of Maryland, and corrupt everybody in the FBI to prevent you from getting your kids. Which one sounds more ridiculous? What I just claimed, or the bullshit she's trying to sell to you?
Show you everything and prove it to you.
But
Like
the
this,
point, no, you just said right now you don't want to file a kidnap charge because you don't want that drama. That's what you said.
I can do it. It's not a problem.
Well,
Do
that's
it.
what you should have did before you did the GoFundMe.
I
You should have a
can-
you should have a kidnap charge before you have a GoFundMe account trying to
'Cause
raise
she's
money for something
scamming.
you didn't even put in place. Strangers who don't know you will see the word kidnap and they will send you money. And that's unfair because you didn't even do the legal route. You didn't do the legal route of officially filing for kidnap charges, and you
'Cause
want to
you
get
lied.
mad at me because I'm calling you out for what it is. I'm not being empathetic or not compassionate. I'm just giving it to you real and raw, and I think it's unfair to pull that kidnap stream on the public, and you didn't even do the stuff on the legal route.
So, like I said, everybody that is area is his family, and they know him. It's all nepotism at its finest. I'm not
Right.
getting a fair trial. I have not been getting a fair battle. I've even tried to change jurisdictions, and they refused. He knows if he keeps it there, he's going to get what he wants.
Bullshit. Maryland, the state of Maryland is a pro-woman state. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She either did some shit or she didn't have the children never had jurisdiction in the state of Virginia. Or there's something else that she ain't telling us, which is a scam. Now, if you know where your kids are, that is not technically, you could say that's kidnapping, but you wouldn't need a GoFundMe page. You'll just call the local police and they'll take care of it. If worst case scenario, you would call the FBI, but you would never have to do it because the local state police would have took care of it. If your husband got locked up in the state of Maryland and he had a warrant in Virginia, Virginia would come get him only after the state of Maryland ran him and realized he had a warrant in Virginia. And then they would notify, hey, we got a guy over here that you got a warrant for, you come get him. And they would come get him. What she's saying is that everybody's against her. There's no rules. She spent over $100,000 in attorney fees, which I don't believe at all. I think she's lying. She did a GoFundMe page saying that her kids are kidnapped. She don't know who the hell got them. She's being very deceptive. And she's a fucking scam artist. And on top of this, if my kid was missing, or if my kid, one of my baby, if I only have 2 kids, but let's say my son's mother did the same bullshit, I wouldn't be out here looking for a damn chick. I'd be too busy trying to figure out how to get custody of my kid. But the modern women who don't give a fuck about their kids, they will sit there and rather I need a man in my bed who's gonna throw my back out, or attempt to throw my back out. And then instead of worrying about her kid, she claimed that she ain't seen the kid in 3 years. That's almost unfucking heard of. Even in backward states like Maryland, the parents still have rights to see the kids. If the father, even if he got, let's assume worst case scenario, he took the kids, she didn't have custody. Took the kids, put the kids under the Maryland jurisdiction by getting custody kids under Maryland. Okay. All right, now the kids have jurisdiction under the state of Maryland. If she wanted to see her kids, all she had to do is file for visitation rights. If that parent refused to obey by the court's order, that parent can be punished for that. Nothing she says out of her mouth says anything that she did that paperwork, have requested the court to enforce visitation rights, or any of that. This sounds more like a scam than anything else. She gave her kids up, didn't want to fight for them. Now she want to get paid because she broke. I keep telling you guys, these so-called independent women are broke. That's why they're on Kendra G's show. They broke. They're looking for a guy, they lay in their bed, and they don't give a fuck. As long as he's got a paycheck, hopefully he's making more money, and to take care of them. She even slipped out by mistake. I want to look at a man making more money than me to take care of me. Oh, no, I can take care of myself. Exactly. They broke.
The system is corrupt. It's not fair. And I have been charged something that I
Yeah, the system only not fair to men. It's very fair to women.
did not do. He's taken my kids. He's violated my civil rights that I did not deserve. I did not deserve to be treated that way. I did not deserve what he did to me. And my kids need their mother. That's what
Civil rights don't have shit to do with your child custody, but whatever.
my focus. And he did legally kill my kids. That's what the attorneys are telling me. But
Well,
if I
then you
filed
should
that-
then you should legally have kidnap charges. Period. You should legally have kidnap charges if you feel that's what he legally did. You shouldn't be talking to me. You should be at the courtroom every day having a legal battle of having a charge of kidnap. That's what you should do.
Okay.
All right, we got
But
Because she ain't. She's lying.
to go, Renee.
all right.
All new and improved Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones.